Welcome on back to Cinema Soiree. And which movie are we watching this week?
The Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt, yeah. And you chose this one, right? So this is a movie that you actually really like.
Yes, I've seen this before and I love it.
Okay, when's the last time you've watched Prince of Egypt?
The last couple of years.
Last couple of years? Yeah, I can't remember watching it. I do remember seeing this in theaters when I was a kid. When did it come out again? What year?
98.
98, that's right. I knew it was the late 90s. I just didn't know specifics, but if you haven't seen this was Dreamworks at the time trying to compete with Disney. And it was one of those movies when it came out, people were looking at it and being like, okay, yeah, they actually are pretty competent in some of the stuff that they've been doing as far as like animated musical movies. So if you haven't seen it, sit back and watch The Prince of Egypt with us.
I can't stand heat. I can't imagine working in the heat.
Yeah, really.
I'd be dead.
Well, a lot of them did die.
Yeah. And Egypt still looks like that till this day.
Yeah, some of it does. One thing about this is when it came to the Dreamworks and Disney animation of the time, each studio definitely had their style.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think as a kid, I liked the Disney style better, but as an adult, I like the Dreamworks animation from this era.
I respected both.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can respect both, but I just say like as far as personal preference.
I don't know. Like I said, I really like both. I think it's just a different thing. It's not like I had a favorite. It's just that I recognized that they were different.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a waterfall at the end.
Bring it on.
I mean, even though Egypt is pretty flat, I don't know where the waterfall would come from. That's not in the Bible.
I was going to say, I think that's an over-exaggeration. Actually, the biblical story is more about his actual brother, like his blood brother, not Ramses.
Yeah.
Because his blood brother is the one that helped him talk to the
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. He's the one who helped him talk to the Ramses and stuff.
Yeah, Aaron's role is very diminished from what it actually was.
Yeah.
Come, Ramesses. We will show Pharaoh your new baby brother.
Yeah, they weren't brothers.
Hey, Ramesses! How'd you like your face carved on a wall? Someday, yes. How about now?
Yeah, this is a great sequence and everything, but actually in those times, they would have been adults. They wouldn't have been teens. There's no such thing as like a teenager.
Yeah.
It was like you're a kid and you're an adult.
Or you're a boy and then you're a man.
Yeah, yeah.
Those horses look kind of funny.
They're stylized.
They look very chunky.
They're well fed because they're palace horses.
That's true. Yeah, chariots don't really work this way.
I was gonna say I don't feel like they would even survive this.
Yeah, I don't think chariots are really that nimble. I love that background.
Were buildings actually open like that, or is it just the ruins?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Tell me this. Why is it that every time you start something, I'm the one who ends up in trouble?
Because he's the youngest and he knows how to, hide.
What are they gonna do to him? He's the prince.
My new thing.
You might as well.
Why wouldn't they just stand there and take it? They saw him have this thing. They knew they were gonna dump it on
He's
him.
the prince. He can just say, "Hey, stand there."
Yeah.
I do like how the Pharaoh's priests, like the miracles that they perform, are basically just magic tricks.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
No, I mean they just look like magic tricks in this movie. Look at the animation on the background characters.
Not very much.
Look at the detail.
Yeah. This is like anime when you look in the back or whatever far away. IRL, she would not act like that.
No.
You can't have that kind of personality.
No, she wouldn't.
Yeah, that would be in her head, or she would not be alive. Yeah. There's very Western sensibilities there.
Moses as royal chief architect.
Oh no, I haven't played enough Minecraft. I don't know how to architect. Yeah, that would not happen either.
No.
You're in a palace. You have guards everywhere. This is not a video game.
They have a cone of vision.
Do camels actually walk like that?
I don't know. I've never ridden one.
They never told you?
Why would they tell them?
It's like when you adopt somebody and it's like, oh, well, we're going to tell you about your old family. Nah.
Yeah. Thing is, Moses was actually partially raised with them.
Yeah. She was like the wet nurse or nanny or whatever.
Yeah, because Pharaoh's daughter was like, well, we need to have a nurse for him. So they were like, Marion was like, oh, well, my mother could do that.
IRL, you couldn't remember as a baby. You don't really get any memories until you're like 3.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't remember that song.
No, he wouldn't. You know, I can't remember the story exactly, but I think he actually knew that he was adopted. Especially when you have dynasties where bloodline is very important. Yeah, they're not going to let someone be adopted into the family and think that they're part of it. I mean, they might raise them, but they'll never let them think that they're actually blood because that's too valuable.
What is that term called when there are rich people take in like a cousin or something?
A ward?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a ward.
Yeah. I would like it if the walls actually did have these very elaborate carvings like this. Like showing specifically what happened.
But you know what's funny is this is actually kind of a Disney thing because they take the cultural like art and they animate it. So this is very close to what Disney does.
No, this is DreamWorks being heavily inspired by Disney.
Yeah.
I like how these paintings are there and this is the first time he's seen them. Like, did he not know what was going on? Has he never like actually seen this before?
He could have seen it, but not necessarily registered it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that means. I just know
there's so much graffiti on the walls, he just doesn't even register it.
The Hebrews grew too numerous.
I thought they knew about the prophecy. That's why they were killing babies.
They were only slaves.
Well, okay. That makes sense.
That makes everything okay. It'd be really cool to have like a indoor. Well, I guess that's technically a bath, but
yeah,
it's like a pool. It's like a little.
Yeah, it's just like a little area.
Moses,
it goes down by the river.
Yeah.
I understand.
I mean, I wouldn't use it as a bath, but I think it's cool to have as like a.
So.
Wonder if they have to replace those lily pads or if they're just always there.
I am.
Like the flowers. They have somebody come in and do the flowers and the lily pads. She's probably like 25. Just they have kids so young back then.
Well, actually, I think at this point, Moses was like 40.
Oh.
There's nothing that we can do.
It's so unrealistic for the women to speak out like that.
Yeah. They probably wouldn't even be there either. They'd be doing other stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, they wouldn't be there.
Stop it.
Although, to be fair, I do think that she was delivering water to the other slaves. Because she had a jug.
I mean, yeah, Moses did kill an Egyptian, but I mean, he also tried to hide the body because it was discreet.
Yeah.
It wasn't in front of everyone.
Nope, this is canon. 100%.
Moses! Go ask the man I once called father.
He doesn't have a dad in this. Does he? Did they mention his dad in the Bible?
I don't think. Well, there is mention, but I just don't remember what. Actually, no, I don't. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't think they do. In the actual story, I do like how one part where, because after he kills the Egyptian, sometime after that he sees two Hebrews fighting amongst each other, and he goes to break it up, and one of them angrily says, "Like, well, what are you gonna do? Kill me too?"
Oh no!
And I just always thought that was kind of funny, that like, so saying someone like that to someone who's actually in the royal palace.
Oh yeah.
It's like, why would you say that? That looks like the type of environment you would love.
Oh yeah. Oof. I'll get rid of everything gaudy except for this ring.
It's elegant.
Num 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 num. Feed the sandstorm. Num num num. Speaking of num num. That would hurt really bad.
Where'd that camel come from?
That's a good question.
Because people don't just let their camels wander around like that. They're valuable.
Yeah, no. Especially if I've got stuff like water and stuff on it.
That's why Papa says she'll never get married.
She is probably actually fairly old for not being married in those times.
Yeah.
The oldest daughter right there in that group of 3 is probably gonna get married soon.
I don't know how.
It's not complicated.
We don't dance.
Huh?
We don't dance.
No, but what they were doing.
Oh. And this is why it's important to teach your children hard work.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, when Moses goes back to Egypt, he was like 80.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, all the stuff in like the Exodus, it's like, yeah, it was pretty much when Moses was just an old man.
Oh, wow. I was gonna say, like, even in like the 10 Commandments and stuff, he's always depicted as an old man.
Huh?
In like the 10 Commandments and stuff, he's always depicted as an old man.
Yeah. I like what they did in the 10 Commandments though, when he didn't have white hair until after the burning bush. I think it even says that in the Bible where it like causes hair to go white. I'd have to double check that though.
She didn't spend enough on our wedding. I want to be the house with the big yard that has the bonfires.
Oh yeah.
I would love that.
Oh, bonfires are awesome.
Just every once in a while have bonfire night and
make s'mores. You ever do the ones where you just throw a bunch of pallets?
but that'd be nice because pallets are pretty much free.
Yeah, you just pile up a bunch of pallets, get huge fires going. Good to do that on beach.
Oh yeah.
I like how they still use Val Kilmer for the voice of God and Moses in this. I just thought that was kind of an interesting artistic choice.
What do you want with me? Land flowing with milk and honey.
Like, I don't like honey.
I don't like honey.
I know you don't.
I always thought that when I was a kid, I was like, milk and honey? Is there chocolate sauce?
The land flowing with chocolate sauce. It's the child's Bible.
No, I mean like for the milk. I need some chocolate milk.
Take the staff in your hand, Moses. With it, you shall do my wonders.
The wizard's staff.
Yeah.
I shall be with you, Moses.
God just gave him a power up.
It unlocked the skill tree for him.
Yep. I don't know, man. Look at all that freedom you have there. You go back to a big city.
Yeah, really.
Like, look, God, I know you gave me a quest, but just kidding.
I think it's more than just saying, oh, yeah, I was given a quest. Apparently those girls never grew up in the decades that Moses was there.
And the promise of a life.
Oh, yeah. No, she's a little older.
A little, but she's not an adult.
The oldest one would probably also be married. Oh, actually, probably the first.
All of them would be.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the movie does establish that he was there for some time, but
yeah,
it doesn't establish just how long he was there.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they probably have a couple kids at least, too, especially back then.
They had a son.
They had just one kid. They could have had daughters too, but because back then they didn't really acknowledge daughters.
Yeah, but I mean, because the only times girls are really acknowledged is when they're like they do something prominent.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it does say that he had a son.
He's aged, but she hasn't aged at all. What is she using?
Yeah, really? Yeah, and this is where Aaron should have been with him.
Yeah, Aaron would have been. They also haven't aged.
Yeah.
Against the gods. We are loath to bring it up, mind you. Yet the law clearly states the punishment for such a crime.
Death.
We hesitate to say it.
Be still.
He's smiling. He's like, you must kill him.
I am the morning.
Yeah, he's the pharaoh. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Behold, the power of God.
Even princes go to take your kid to work day.
Yep.
Actually, that was every day for them. Yeah, we only really learned about Ra when we were kids. That's the only one I can really remember.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Anubis? I think we know Anubis too, but that's because it's a statue, isn't it? See, there was a big flash. That's when they switched to the sticks for the snakes.
It's like, yeah, for his, it's pretty clear what happened.
Yeah.
And for them, it's like they have this show.
Yeah.
And that's something that actually freaked out the Pharaoh's priest, and it's when Moses' snake eats theirs.
You have returned. only to free them.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said when he first got there that you can't have the kind of relationship that you think that you had when we were kids.
It's Moses.
They know about the prophecy, though. They wouldn't
When did God start caring about any of us?
every Jew in the Bible.
The funny thing is, even after the Exodus, that's kind of what they were like.
Yeah.
Like, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Like, oh, Moses is on the hill getting something from God. Why are we up there too? Let's make a golden calf.
God will not abandon you. So don't you abandon us.
They started it.
Yeah.
Why am I the one getting the lecture? Lecture Aaron. Lecture that guy that threw the mud at me.
Yeah, I think the real story, I mean, I understand why they're having him like kind of like doubting Moses because it's for dramatic effect, but I think it's more interesting when people just kind of naturally gravitated towards him when they had no...
Well, he was their only hope.
Well, the thing is, they just had like no discernible reason to, like, he just comes out of nowhere and just like, I'm gonna lead you out of here.
But Aaron was a part, or like you said, Aaron was a part of it too, and they had a connection that way.
But I mean, it just kind of shows like almost like the aura surrounding him that they would actually just instinctively listen to him.
People go!
Still gnawing away at that bone, are we?
Determination. If I ask enough, you'll say yes. Whittle you down. Actors talk about that, how they keep going in for roles over and over and over again until they finally get one.
Yeah. How do you think they animated that? Because that's not...
That looks like 3D.
3D.
Doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it's 3D, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Because there's no way that was done by hand.
Yeah. Oh, the water in the beginning too, and that was also 3D.
By the power of Ra.
Kool-Aid.
I like how we just had that on him too.
Well, they smoke bomb and stuff. I don't know. Couldn't you dip your? If they said it was blood, it'd be thicker. So wouldn't you just dip your hand in there?
Well, even animated, it doesn't look as thick.
Yeah.
This must now be finished.
Nah, we're just getting started.
Pharaoh still has the power over our lives.
Yes, Aaron, it's true. Pharaoh has the
Yeah, I
power.
really don't like how they portray Aaron in this. He's a lot more interesting in the real story.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, there's a reason afterwards he was the high priest.
There's one thing he cannot take away from you. Your faith.
Hey, you're lucky God didn't have like nuke power over there. Wasn't it? Yeah. Did they also had ice, right? Like big, huge ice.
Yeah, it was hail that burned. However you want to interpret that.
You know why? Just let my people go.
Yeah.
You need some of that pink stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you have a problem, just get pink stuff. That Abysmal and that other pink stuff you put on mosquito bites.
I've noticed it throughout this movie, but they did a really good job with the lighting.
Mm-hmm. And lighting is actually one of the big things in animation that they talk about.
Yeah, they definitely listened to the people who worked on this because it's fantastic in it. And like that throughout the movie. I do like how even after a little while, the Pharaoh's priest just stopped trying to match him.
I will not be dictated to. I will not be threatened. I am the morning and the evening star. I am Pharaoh.
You're taking away his power. Of course he's not going to like that.
There shall be a great cry in all of Egypt, such as never has been or ever will be again.
Well, you're right about that, but you're not on the right side of it.
Well, that is the thing. It says that Pharaoh's going to basically call the last plague.
Yeah, and this isn't the firstborn, it's the first son, because back then the first son was the heir. He was the big deal.
Yeah, just use some blood. Easy.
And smite.
And they were used to using blood anyway, because they had the sacrifice.
Yeah,
so they had to do it anyway.
They sacrificed the lamb and eat the lamb as part of the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
When I see the
So it wouldn't have been any different than normal. I like how even some of the Egyptians started doing that because they saw the Israelites doing it. Actually, at this point, they wouldn't be Israelites. They'd be just Jews.
Yeah. Hebrews and Shebrews.
I saw a video about how they did this effect.
Well, how did they do it?
I don't remember if that was years ago, but I just know that it was cool.
No, I do really like the animation in this. Like I said, just going back to the lighting, I mean, that looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that with the candle going out.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Just good symbolism for all of it.
Are one of you two firstborn? Good luck with that. Actually, wasn't it just the kids? I don't think the adults were affected, because Ramesses would have been affected then.
Yeah, that's just a fantastic shot there.
Mm-hmm. I really, really hate that in order for some people to get it, you have to really affect them in a way that they get that hurt.
Mm-hmm. No, some people just can't understand basically the consequences of their actions. They have to see it like hit them over the head before they finally get it.
Well, there's nothing we can do. Like, some people just have to have it that way, unfortunately.
Now it's just smooth sailing from here on out.
Yeah, nothing bad will happen. Straight to Israel.
That's a lot of extras.
Well, they're not extras. They just draw them. The way Aaron's acted up until now, I could totally believe that he would be like, oh no, now we're stuck. It's over.
You know what? That's actually what some of them were like.
Oh, that they couldn't even get there?
Yeah, like some of them were at this point where then when the pharaoh started coming, they're like, we better just go back. There was actually people
just give up.
No, they literally were. It's like, really? After all you've seen, you're just like, yeah, I guess that's good enough.
They're like, maybe I should have been in the front. I mean, I understand like the pillar of fog. It could have been just like really thick cloud, but I'm trying to think of like what a pillar of like fog, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to think of what like a pillar of fire could be.
I can't remember. I mean, actually, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't actually a pillar of cloud, but I'm just thinking like a way to describe thick fog.
Well, they said it when they saw the cloud and fire even after they left, because that was basically their kind of guiding them. So they'd always see either at night a fire or
cloud.
Yeah, or cloud during the day.
This is the Red Sea, right?
Yeah. Now there's a bunch of pirates there.
Man, making this with the kids. Oh, those kids. Where's all those kids that were running in front?
Yeah.
Just like, don't go in the water. Stay on the path, please.
I forget I remember hearing like how long this took to animate the sequence. It was just like something ridiculous. Well, that's a good moment, having Aaron be the first one. Little character arc for him. It's a shark. That's a cool shot.
It is really cool. Well, I guess you're not a Saiyan. Waterbender. Not a waterbender either.
Yeah, because Aaron did have sons, but I don't know about Miriam, because she's really not.
She's a woman.
Yeah, just like she's just kind of like mentioned as like Moses' sister.
If she was important, then she would have been mentioned in her husband's family line, probably. Like
even her, when she dies, it's kind of like briefly touched on, but I guess that's something that it's actually mentioned.
Yeah.
But Aaron, from when he dies, it's like a big send off.
Well, he helped free everyone. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, and he was also like the head priest.
Oh yeah.
And then him and his sons.
Look at your people, Moses.
This is the last time they'll be happy.
They are free.
Too bad they're more scared of Nephilim than actually going to the promised land. That's actually why they said they couldn't go.
Because of the giants.
Yeah.
Wait, that's why they sent the scouts, right?
Yeah, they sent the scouts and they said there was Nephilim there. So it's like, okay, who doesn't want to go? Or like, who's afraid of them? It's like, all of them were like, okay, fine, then you're not going to go.
Oh, jeez. I thought they were God's people, though. They shouldn't be afraid if they have God on their side.
Except for you, Joshua, you're cool.
Yeah, I was going to say Joshua's.
Which he's actually not even in this. I mean, I guess he wasn't really prominent at this point, but I think they would at least mention him.
Do you think that's the first set or the second set?
Probably the second one, because they didn't have the golden cap there.
Yeah, went down and destroyed the cap before.
All right, so what did you think about that?
Well, I love it, obviously.
Yeah, that is a good one. I do have my gripes with. I think they should have been a little bit more true to the story. At least I think it would have been better if they did.
I think that I understand why they did it, because they wanted the Ramses and because the two different worlds that clash. I understand that.
No, I get it. I just don't. I think they could have done it better the other way, but yeah, like the Ten Commandments. That one, it's more, at least in that the relationship between Ramses and Moses is more accurate to how it would have been. But yeah, for the most part, I do think this is a good movie, though. I was praising the animation.
Yeah, it's really good.
You just don't see movies like this anymore.
I wish we did.
I think I'm not even knocking 3D stuff, because I think 3D animation can look really good, but it's almost like the difference between seeing a really nice photo versus seeing a really nice illustration. There's almost like a wow factor with that illustration versus a photograph.
3D has come to a point where it's all the same. It's all the same. There's no style to it.
At least when it comes to a lot of, there's a lot of stuff like that where it does kind of look the same all.
Yeah, I mean, even with like Disney movies, they each have their own style. It's like how we were talking about that one scene in The Prince of Egypt where they were talking, the hieroglyphs came to life.
Yeah.
How every single movie, at least when we were children, they had those sequences where like the culture itself had a scene that was animated with that style of art.
Yeah, that was kind of prominent in the golden age of not the golden age, the Disney Renaissance, where they would incorporate those elements into it. Yeah, they did a little bit of that in Moana.
That's what I was thinking. They did a little bit with his tattoos in Moana. Yeah.
So I mean, I'll give a pass for that, but some of the other more recent ones, I can't really think about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Moana and Princess and the Frog were the two that stand out the most to me. For being the last of that kind of.
But yeah, I mean, they can do that. But yes, it's just a nice little touch that they have that when it is present. I mean, just all around, I do think that they did a good job with the story, animation, the music. I thought was really well done for this sort of thing, even though the story itself, I don't think it would lend itself to a musical, but they pulled it off.
I love the songs in this. I think I've got a couple on my iPod though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the iPod being old iPod, not iPhone. Like you actually have an old iPod still.
I know you still have an iPod.
There.
Yeah. I know you still have an iPod and you listen occasionally.
Yeah. So
do you got any thing that you want the chat to comment on?
Is there any other biblical stories? I know that the Coat of Many Colors, that one, Joseph and
I've never actually seen.
I've never seen it either. Maybe we should put that on there.
Leave a comment below if you want us to check that one out too, since that would actually be something new for both of us. Yeah, and any other biblical movies, like you said, the Ten Commandments. Maybe we could watch that too. I haven't seen that since I was a child. Yeah, I think we should check that one out because I mean that is a good one. Do you want to watch that? Maybe the original one. I think that's the one we watched when we were kids. Is like the super old one. No, there's the one with Charlton Heston. Oh, that's the one we watched. No, there's the one before that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that is. Yeah, but there was an older one. Maybe we should do like a series on that. Yeah, series. Maybe we'll let us know if you want us to actually check out both those movies. But what did you think about Prince of Egypt? Have you seen it before? Leave a comment below and let us know. And what's your favorite song from the Prince of Egypt? Because they do. That's a good question. What's your favorite song with this? And also make sure you click the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date and check out our latest reactions. We post new videos every Tuesday. And if you can, leave a like too, because it really helps us out. All right. Have a good day.